See, for me also it is easy, right? So if I write article only once, every time I can easily explain to people, to the students by seeing that one. Because human tendency is to forget. So we will work on multiple things and we will forget, right? So the human tendency is to forget. So in order to make that easy, if you write article only once, it will store in our subconscious mind. And now once we go to the article, by reading 1 or 2 minutes, okay, this is the thing which I have done long back. So reference datasets is mainly used to share and restrict workforce structures. This is the main objective of reference datasets. Reference datasets, why we have to use reference datasets? What are workforce structures? What are the different workforce structures we are having?
Locations, departments, jobs, grades,
and positions. Locations, departments, jobs, grades, and positions. Whereas reference datasets mainly, okay, so reference datasets is mainly used in jobs, grades, locations, and positions, and not in, I'm sorry for that one, positions. We should not use RDS for positions. So reference datasets mainly used in these 4 workforce structures: jobs, grades, locations, and departments. Okay. Why they will use? Mainly to share. To share means what? Suppose there is an example, solved BU. Okay. Tata T BU. Tata Oracle. Let's take these are the different BUs in the Tata group. In the Tata group under multiple legal entities. Okay. Under multiple legal entities. So Tata Salt, Tata Tea, Tata Water, this comes under consumer products legal entity. Tata passenger vehicles comes under Tata Motors legal entity. Right? Tata consumer products legal entity. So what are the business units that comes under this one? These are the business units that comes under Tata Consumer Products legal entity. Okay, and Tata Motors legal entity, I'll use exactly how it is in the system. So what is the business unit that comes under Tata Motors US Private Limited? Tata Passengers Vehicles BU, right? Tata Passenger Vehicle BU comes under. We are having different business units for different legal entities, but all comes under one enterprise, that is Tata Group. Okay, but all comes under one enterprise, that is Tata Group. In the Tata Group, for one enterprise, we will have one reference data sets called common. Okay, we will have one reference data sets called common. Okay, what will happen when we create any job or grade or location or department? By default, at enterprise level, these workforce structures will be created in common sets. Common set means common set. So whatever the jobs, grades, locations, departments, whatever the jobs, grades, locations, and departments that are there in the common set, whatever the jobs, grades, departments, and locations in the common set, we can use in any business unit. So what are the jobs, grades, locations, departments in the common set? We can use it in any business unit irrespective of legal entity in enterprise. Okay. We will see one example. Let's take example. Accountant, cashier, manager, supervisor, HR department, finance department. Let's take these are very common, right? So accountant is one job, cashier is one job, manager is one job, supervisor is one job. Okay, HR department is one department, finance department is one department. And let's take the grade, intern. Okay, these are very common. Okay, let's take our reference as jobs. Locations, departments, grade. Let's take IC1, IC1, IC3, something like this. Okay, these are common. Hence, these jobs are common. These locations are common. These departments are common. These grades are common. Jobs, location, departments, and grades, these are very common. Hence, it will be there across the enterprise. In the Tata group, everywhere we will have accountant, cashier, manager, supervisor. We will use this location headquarters everywhere. And this department is common, HR department, finance department is common. And in individual contributor, IC1, IC2, IC3, these grades are common. So when there is common things, suppose you don't have to create different jobs for each business unit. Create different jobs so that we can remove the duplicates, right? We can remove the duplicates. The main objective of reference datasets is to remove the duplicates and use the common functionality, and we can create the jobs for the common functionality, right? Let's say use a director. So these are the common jobs, common grades, common departments, common locations. So whichever are common, we can remove the. There are 10 business units. 10 business units, we cannot create 10 times jobs, grades, locations, and departments. One time creation is more than enough, and we will use the reference data sets as common. And one more thing is, in Oracle, in order to avoid duplicacy, so directly we cannot assign these jobs, locations, departments, and grades to business unit. Oracle has not given any provision to directly assign workforce structures except a position to business units to avoid duplicity. Okay. So Oracle has not given any provision to directly assign workforce structures like jobs, grades. We have to assign the help of reference data sets. First of all, create reference data sets and you have to attach that form. So by default, whatever the jobs, grades, and locations and departments, it will be created in common reference data sets. And the common reference data sets will be assigned by default to business units. You don't have to do everything, will be done by Oracle. But if you want to have specific, like let's take an example of, okay, let's take example of TCS. TCS is having a very specific jobs like TCS is having very specific jobs like data scientist, Oracle HCM implementation, functional consultant. So these are very specific, okay, very specific jobs. And locations also very specific, like if you are having only in particular TCS, we call Denver, it is a system. Only in that location only this job is there. Then you have to create the location, a specific data set. So reference data sets, location, grade. Let's take grade specialist one. Okay, specialist one is a grade. Job, location, grade, and department. Research and development. So this is there only in TCS. So then we have to create separate reference data sets and we have to add this one. Because there is no point of giving this data scientist or implementation consultant or workday consultant, right? So these jobs are very specific to TCS. It doesn't have any relevance towards Tata Motors or any other companies like Tata Motors or Tata Consumer Products. Okay, it doesn't have any relevance. Okay. So then in that case, we need to create reference data sets for TCS, and that reference data sets is location set, job set, grade set, and department set like this. Okay. Let's see in the example, then you will understand. So if I tell all the stories also, if you don't, you will not understand. We will see in the live example. Okay. So we are getting some error in dev 18, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We'll see with other environment. Yes.
Web 66 is not working, sir.
Yeah, not every environment is having some issues. This is the Oracle inside environment. That is the reason I am not able to give this environment to anybody. Okay. Please don't use this one.
Focus.
Oracle insights environment. Right? But if any other environment is not working on that day, I don't want to stop that one. That's the reason I'm using this. Okay. Now what I will do, I want to create one job. I want to create one job and I want to create one reference data sets in the common job and reference data sets. And I want to put another job in particular reference data sets job. So manage, go to setup and maintenance, manage reference data sets. Manage reference data sets. See, we are already external, but this is it's not there. So create one business job set. Click on save this. Okay, we have to do from the beginning actually. Entire implementation of the because you cannot create. You cannot hire an employee if implementation is not there, right? Okay, quickly we will do the implementation. But which offering we need to select? Workforce deployment.
Deployment.
In that workforce deployment,
Payroll.
select
Absence
one.
management.
How it would be useful in the future.
Okay.
And you have selected all the submodules in the workforce deployment. And click on save and open the project. First task is establish and enterprise structure. The first product is a little bit tricky the subject. You don't understand, that's okay. And there's a lot of time to understand. You can understand right now, that is still okay. By end of this global HR and global cover, you will definitely understand that. Click on next. So divisions. So how many divisions you want to create here? Software division, hardware division, country or structures. Software division and hardware division, retail and foods division. Retail and foods division. So I'm creating three divisions to represent three companies. Click on next. By default, our group is on legal entity. It's a parent company. It's a on legal entity. And if you want to create automatically, it will create. Otherwise, you can also create it manually. Just put manually. United States. What is the first company? TCS. Here only you have to follow the naming convention. TCS, US, Private, Limited, legal employer or legal entity. You follow the naming convention like this. Legal entity. LE 955. The legal address is same. Headquarters. And now I want to create another US Private Limited. Please follow the naming conventions so that it will be easy in future. Whatever I'm doing for part of it, you also do for our own enterprises which you are working. More products. I will call it as TCP. TCP. Consumer products. US Private Limited. This is retail and foods division. TCP 955. Okay. Hafiza, this is how we will establish, establish enterprise structure. Last time you missed this complete flow. This will be called as configuration wizard. And we got another opportunity to discuss this one. This is how we will establish enterprise structures. Like from the divisions, legal entities, business units, reference data sets, everything we will do from here. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Whatever the class you missed, again we got an opportunity to discuss that one. So we have created 3 legal entities. So we have created 3 legal entities. And now I want to create first TCS UK Private Limited. In the beginning itself, we will create everything so that whenever we got chance, we work on some other countries as well. UK TCS means what? Software division. So legal entity identifier TCS. You just will change it as 9666. Okay. So it's a different legal entity. So what is this one here? P74JS. P74 5B. Just will give like this. And what is the name of the address? ECS UK
Legal entity, LE.
legal entity. This is address name of this. And location is East. What's the name of the TCS US Private Limited? Address TCS US Private Limited, East Kilbride. LE means legal employer. So we will give address 1 as. Without this one, we will just give Glasgow. State Lanarkshire. County it is showing, but state it is not showing. Okay. Click on OK. And I have to create one legal address in India. Just click on create. Tata Motors, India Private Limited, LE. I want to create in Hyderabad. Okay. $85. Okay. We are operating business in 3 countries. One is the US, second one is UK, and third one is India. And what is the ultimate holding company? Ultimate holding company is Tata Group. That is headquarters in US. So that's why it is showing us Wincare Tipon. This is ultimate holding company, this mother company. Now just click on next. So just click on search. Legal entity. I am creating at least 1 business unit. Click on next. So by default, it is coming right. Tata US Private Limited Legal Employer Business Unit. Okay, Tata Private Limited Legal Employer Business Unit. So we can use like this as it is. We don't have to change anything. Or if you want to add any business units, you can give the naming convention as you want. But for me, it would be more than enough. Tata US Private Limited Legal Employer. Then that this is the business unit PU. Or if you want to give something like this one, B1 business unit 1, then you can give business unit 1. And another one we can give as business unit 2, something like that. Click on next. And these are the reference data sets. So while creating establishment enterprise structure itself, we can create a reference data set. By default, we will have a common set and the enterprise set will be default. And other things will come based upon the legal entity. For one legal entity, we will have one common set. Okay. So by default, we are getting these things. We will use as it is. Okay. And I want to add one more reference data sets for TCS US Private Limited. TCS US Private Limited jobs. TCS jobs. TCS US Private Limited. TCS US. So for reference naming convention, this RDS belongs to TCS US Private Limited. Okay, while creating established enterprise structures, you can create jobs, grades, positions, everything you can create in this reference data sets. And want to create another thing, the Tata Motors. Tata Motors. Jobs RDS. Okay, Tata Motors jobs RDS. We don't have to give US or something. If you want to jobs across reference data sets, we can give like this TCS jobs RDS. Because that is in US, UK, Canada, the jobs are same in the enterprise level. So TCS jobs RDS, Tata Motor jobs RDS. If it is very specific to a particular country, then you can give another reference data set. For now, we are maintaining one country, one company, one job sets. Okay. So Tata Motors jobs RDS. I have created two jobs. One is for Tata TCS and another one is for Tata Motors. Okay. Same thing. Here, if you want to create grades, you can create grades. If you want to create locations, you can create locations. So all these things you can select from here itself. Okay, for now I am selecting only jobs. And here, when select TCS US Private Limited Business Unit 1, what is the default reference data set? Can make it as this default reference data set as TCS jobs RDS or TCS Tata group set, or you can make it as common set. For now, I want to make it as common set. For everything, I want to make it as common set. I don't want to confuse at the enterprise level. We will see at the business units level. In depth in manage business unit set assignment. Okay, we can do it from here, or we can go to a task manage business unit set assignment. Then I will change. So here reference data sets for the locations. Locations also I want to give common. Everything while creating information for the structure, we will give common in order to avoid confusion. Click on next. So we have created all the divisions, legal entities, business units, reference data sets, everything is ready. Click on save and close. Click on save and close. Enterprise structure, this task is completed. Total status, click on save and completed. Green color tick mark will come. Now I want to go to the task and I want to select the Tata group and load the Tata group into the application. If there are no transactions happened in the application, for any legal entity, this data group will be loaded. Otherwise, it will throw error. Because only for enterprise, one instance. So we have loaded data group into the application. We have loaded data group into this application. Now, to view results, download technical summary report. Sorry, something wrong came. I have to select this data group, click on view results. Yes. So now we got all these things. Download technical summary report. So here we will have all the legal entries. The legal entities, business units, everything we are having here. So we will save this. We will save this thing in for now we will save it in local file. Already local place where it is there. We'll save this in Johor or private. So all these things going forward, classes will be stored in OneDrive. I don't want to risk in my local system. Publish and request structures. In that I will create one called data group. That I will store. So I will rename it as infrastructure data. Now all the data is saved. So these are the data we are having. What I have to do? Go to my client groups. Okay. First of all, I have to create one LDG and associate that LDG. And then before that, manage legal entity, right? Manage legal entity. Manage legal entity. We will verify what are the legal entities. Trusted Tata Motors.
US Private Limited.
Tata Motors US Private. So over a period of time, when we go in depth, steps will get increased. You understood, right? Initially, one by one we are increasing. Step by step we are increasing, right? Earlier, one step we are used to complete the task. But going forward, one by one, it is increasing. So we have to select the legal entity and configure the scope. Tata Motors US Private Limited. So this is the Tata Motors US Private Limited. You can save and close. So this is the scope. So Tata manage legal entity information. You have to attach LEG to make it to hire an employee. Before that, we need to check whether it is a payroll statutory unit and legal employer as well. So if this is payroll statutory unit, by checking the checkbox. So this legal entity is legal employer as well as payroll statutory unit. Okay, this again now, what is the task you have to do? Manage
Legislative data group.
Okay, manage legislative data group. Go to this task. Create legislative data group for Tata Enterprise. So for one country, we need to create one legislative data group. Means for one legislation, we need to create one legislative data group. Here, legislation means country. For one country, we need to create one legislative data group. Click on create. Name Tata USA legislative data group. Okay. For one country, we need to create one legislative data group. Country. Select the country. United States. So this will be given by the financial consultants. Defines how you allocate cost for your enterprise. From which account you will pay the amount to your salary, pay the amount to the vendors, and all these things. Okay. US. Select US. Legislative data group. US cost X instance. So click on submit. Click on done. So now I want to create another legislative data group. This is for which country? Which legislation?
UK.
UK.
United Kingdom.
Yes, sir.
So currency, when you select the correct country, currency will be automatically populated. Cost allocation structure, what you have to select?
UK.
UK.
Plus.
So by default, even data will be there. You have to select a UK cost allocation, cost of flex instance. Okay, come submit. And I want to create another legislative data group for India. So Tata India data group. So what is the country here?
India.
India.
For one country, we need to create minimum one LDG. Okay. And if it is having any particular another what to call special economic zones within India, then again we have to create separate LDG. All the cost allocation structure will be there in that country. Okay, we don't have any predefined one somebody created for India. So we need to create our own. Okay. You know, just create this one, no problem. Even if you don't allocate cost allocation structure, for now it won't be having any problem. And then Tata Canada legislative data group. We have created 4 legislative data group. Which country this is? Canada. Canadian dollar. Cost allocation structure already there. CA cost flex instance. We can't solve it. So how many LDGs we have created? 4 LDGs for 4 countries. One country means one legislation here. So we have created 4 legislative data groups. Click on done. Now what I have to do? I have to associate LDG to which legal entity? Manage legal entity HCM information. So now what is the scope of this company within the enterprise? Tata Motors US Private Limited, right? So now select that scope here. Manage legal entity HCM information. Click on select. And the scope is Tata Motors US Private Limited. Okay. So we are going to legal reporting unit. Sorry. We'll discuss this later. This is related to payroll. Legal entity HCM information. In this one, we have to select the scope here. Apply and go task. For Tata Motors, we have to attach legislative data group. Click on payroll statutory unit. Click on correct and associate the LDG. This is the most important step you have to do. Otherwise, you cannot hire an employee in Tata Motors US Private Limited if you don't associate LDG to the legal entity. Tata USA legislative data group. Because this related to United States, we have to associate USA LDG only. 1/1/1951. By default, they start with this one only. Click on submit. Click on OK. And what is the other LDG you are having? Select and add. TCS. TCS US Private Limited. So click on save and close. Now the scope will change it to TCS US Private Limited, right? Now here I have to add LDG. Come to manage legal entity HCM information and add LDG to this particular company. Payroll statutory unit. Correct. And Tata. Okay. Tata US LDG. LDG is same. LDG one country. For one enterprise, for one country, there will be only one LDG, 99%. So for a different country, it would be a different LDG for enterprise. For one country, there will be only one LDG. 1/1/1951. Okay, click on submit. Now we have created enterprise structures and then You have created LDGs and associated LDG to two different companies. Okay, two different companies are associated, and I'll associate for other also. What is another company we have created? TCP, Tata Consumer Products, US. For US, at least we will do this one. So this is payroll statutory unit and legal employer. We are converting this legal entity to legal employer. With this, by selecting the checkbox. Click on save and close. And now I want to attach legislative data group, LDG, for this company. LE. Go to payroll statutory unit and click on correct. LDG is same, Tata USA LDG. For three companies, we have attached same LDG, right? Because for one country, for one enterprise, we will have only one LDG. Even though we are having multiple companies. LDG stores information related to the country, not specific to any company. Okay, we are done. Now we are done. So three companies, I attached LDG also. Now, what I have to do? Manage business unit. I have to create manage business units.
Yes, sir.
So click on create. It's taking some time. Okay. So Tata Motors, passenger vehicles is one business unit. I am creating Tata Motors passenger vehicles business unit. And location. Already we have created location set. Motors US. And the default set. So default set means what? Here the RDS, reference data sets. That is today's topic. If you want to give a common, US common factor. Okay. Click on save and close. Okay. And manage business units assignment, we will see later. I'll do hire. Hiring an employee. Hire reason. And legal employer. So I want to hire my own legal employer, Tata Motors. Tata Motors, US Private Limited. I'm hiring an employee. So just I'll take the data from here. 1982 November 11th. The national identifiers. Now address line 1. So phone number and email address will give. Going forward, while doing hire itself, we'll give corporate data and with email IDs and all these things so that it will be easy for us while tracking, while doing resets and all. So it may take another 2-3 minutes extra time, but still we are doing a proper instead of giving some random data. Like email and email ID. Okay. And now click on next. And now business unit. We have created our own business unit, right? What is the business unit? Tata Motors is created while doing established enterprise structure. You remember, right?
Yes, sir.
This
Yes,
is
sir.
created while doing established enterprise structures. This we have created manually. Okay. This we have created manually. As this BU is attached to a common set, we can select any job in this common set. We can select any job in the common set. So as this BU is attached to common set, even though we have not created any jobs, we can select the job. Same as with other workforce structures like job, grade, department, and location. Same, you can select any grade that is associated to particular common set. Okay. But I don't want to do all these things. I want to only for the difference for me. And right now, click on next. We have not defined any salary basis in this one. So for now, it won't show anything. We have not defined salary basis for legal employer. Okay, all the details are populated properly. And then We are clicking submit button. You hide say your Hudson in Tata Motors US Private Limited in the particular business unit. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll go to manage business units. Manage business unit set assignment. Manage business unit set assignment. Okay, now what I'll do, what is the scope? I'll select the scope. I'll select the scope of this business unit. I'll select whatever we have created while establishing first structures. Tata Motors India Private Limited Business Unit 1. So Tata Motors US, sorry, I want to select US and save and close. So this is the set assignment, Tata Motors US Private Limited Business Unit 1. So for this one, I want to change the reference data sets for the job, grade, location, and then department. Only 4 will be referred to HCM. Rest all doesn't come under HCM. Okay, job. I want to change this from common to, we have created our own job set, right? So Tata Motors. So this is the code, set 1, 2, 3, this is the code. So Tata Motors US Private Limited set, or Tata Motors Jobs RDS and select. Okay, Tata Motors Jobs RDS and select. I have attached this reference data sets and this is the Tata Motors Jobs RDS set. Okay. And I want to show the difference. And I have not changed any grade, position, all these things are common only. Only I have changed jobs. Click on save and close. Okay. Now I'll quickly hire another person in this business unit. Now I will change the business unit which we have kept separate jobs. The same legal employer, Tata Motors US Private Limited. Okay, last name. We will select another one. Okay. And then Mr. Date of birth. August 24th. So August 24, 2000. Okay. Now we select selection. National ID, social security number. And then the number. Okay, click on next. So address line 1. Code. 9950. Okay, we are selecting different city, Arkansas, Anchorage. Okay, every time we are selecting different state is Alaska. Okay. Now I want to add email ID. Click on next. So for this Barclay charity, for this user, what we will do is we will give a business unit as Tata Motors US Private Limited Business Unit 1. Okay. This is the one which I have given reference data sets for the jobs. Okay. Now, the main important difference will come. Earlier, Tata Motors passenger vehicle RDS is common, means we can select jobs from the common set, whichever the jobs that are created in common set, we can select from there. But when you go to reference data sets that are assigned particularly from what we call a Tata Motors RDS job set, in that we have not created any job. So if we select does not equal to XX, it won't give any jobs. Why it is common? Let's attach this one. This one we attached Tata Motors. I understood. Suppose if you don't have any one job is not there in RDS, it will show the common set. Let's go and create manage job, click on create. So here we don't select common set, we will select our Tata Motors jobs RDS. Okay, name mechanic, code MC, action reason is for now it's not mandatory. So click on next. Job set is Tata Motors jobs RDS. We are creating only one job. So full time, regular, job family. Already if it is there, it will show. So it's kind of technical or professional jobs. Okay. If you already valid grades, you can come and give valid grades here. Okay, I've added 3 valid grades for these jobs. Okay. Click on next. Next. Click on submit. Click on yes. Okay. Now go to business unit set assignments. Tata Motors US Private Limited Business Unit 1. Sometimes this problem will come if you want to select this one. Refresh the page. If the error is coming, go to the implementation project, search the task. There it will ask for the status. Okay, I'm going to do. So don't go to financials. Okay, go to workforce deployment. Select the scope here. What is the business unit I want to select? Tata Motors. Tata Motors US Private Limited Business Unit 1. I want to select this one and I want to make this as a scope. Here, see this jobs has been properly set or not. Tata Motors jobs. Tata Motors jobs RDS. Okay. Was properly set. Click on save. Click on save and close. Click on status as completed. Click on done. Okay, now just I want to see that we are not doing complete transaction. That's why I have not given proper names. Just we have to see whether this functionality is working or not. If it is not working, means some issue with the environment. Okay, now I need to select business unit. Tata Motors US Private Limited LE Business Unit 1. So I have attached reference data sets to this job business unit. The job, let me select what is the job we have created? Mechanic. When we select here, that it should display only mechanic here, because whatever the reference data sets we have created, we attach to this particular business unit. And this particular business unit, whatever the jobs that are there, that should be displayed here. But some issue is coming. I'll check that one why it is coming like this. Just go to manage jobs. Somebody has enabled that. Even Hudson also has not created. Somebody has created so many approval rules. But this is also under progress. Assign to Casio problem. Okay. Now I log in as Casio and I'll approve the transaction. Now to approve the transaction, go to its notifications. See here, action required. Go to the notification action. We have created, somebody has created job and it came for approval. Just click on approve. Okay, it's done. Over here and check manage jobs. Manage job. So mechanic is there and reference data sets is there. Okay, done. Very good. Now what we have to do? Let's see, we are having a hire for this person. So we don't have a higher privileges because he's not a specialist. For this person, we don't have higher one. So we will again log in with our user. While hiring, always remember enable this one. Enable this one. Go to approvals. So approvals engines we will see in technical aspects. Okay. Now go to this one. My client groups, new person, 457 hyphen 75 hyphen 457 458. List. Nine four zero six one. So for this business, we attach to the reference data set. Now go and select the job. Now select, go to advanced, click on. Some issue is coming here. Actually, when the reference data set is attached, the mechanic job is coming. Okay, what will happen is whatever the jobs that are there in common plus whatever the jobs that are there in particular Tata RDS will be displayed. Suppose let's take PCS. PCS job RDS we have created, right? We have seen mechanic, right? We are able to see mechanic. I want to create another job in another RDS. Common set will be displayed for everybody along with reference data sets. I forgot about that. Manage job. Select here. Okay. Click on create. And here I want to select Tata. PCS. PCS job set. Okay. PCS job RDS. I have created this one, right? I am creating one job here. The name of the job is PCS software engineer. So to differentiate, I have given software engineer. PCS software engineer. Okay, code is PSC. Click on next. Full time. Click on next. Click on next. Click on next. Click on submit. Okay, this job, PCS software engineer, you cannot access from Tata Motors BU because this is in TCS jobs RDS. Okay. Go to my client groups. Before going that one, we will check whether job is created or not. TCS iPhone software. Environment is taking some time. Okay, TCS software engineer has been created. Just check one more time. Manage job. TCS software engineer, right? Okay, so this is created in which job set? TCS jobs RDS. Now click on that. Now I will hire an employee. Automotive CVS Private Limited. Click on next. 94061. Click on next. LDG. Okay. And here, if I want to select a TCS job, TCS underscore software engineer, right? It won't display because we have created this job.
RDS.
Yes, we have created in TCS job reference data. Okay, we have created this job TCS RDS job. If we click on this mechanic, we are able to see here, right? You're able to see here. Same thing applicable for, let's take, I want to change the business unit. For Tata Motors US Private Limited 1 to Tata Motors passenger vehicle view. So passenger vehicle view, we have not created any reference data sets. So, and this is having only common. Whatever the jobs that are there in common, it will only access that one. And now we want to add the job as mechanic. It won't show because whatever the job you have created in which RDS? Tata Motors RDS. But for this Tata Motors passenger vehicle, what is the jobs that are assigned? The jobs that are assigned here is only common. Okay, well, the jobs that are assigned in Tata Motors passenger vehicle is common jobs only. So what are the common jobs that will be displayed? But the mechanic job that is particularly created in one reference data sets. So we can restrict the data, restrict the jobs, restrict the workforce structure with the help of reference data sets. Okay, we can restrict the workforce structures, means we can provide security, right? So in this Tata Motors passenger vehicle business unit, there is no job called mechanic. So what is the use of creating mechanic in common set? So there is no use, right? Okay, again come to our business unit, Tata Motors US Private Vehicle Business Unit, and search here job. Whether it is coming or not? So we can provide restrictions at business levels with the help of reference data sets. Means, suppose 10 jobs or mechanical jobs are there. So I don't want to display what are the jobs that are there in software for the Tata Motors, because Tata Motors will be related to hardware division. So I will create two separate RDS. One is for mechanical jobs and another one is for software jobs. And I'll attach only mechanical jobs to mechanical business units. So they will see only the jobs that are related to mechanical business units. And I will attach software jobs to software business unit. And so they will only see, HR specialists will only see those jobs that are related to those particular business units. Means we are restricting the functionality. We are restricting the, as we have discussed, right? The first point is what? RDS is mainly used to share across one business unit or multiple business unit and restrict. It will restrict also. At the same time, it will share and it will restrict workforce structures within the business units. So it is the main advantage of reference data sets. At the same time, it will remove the duplicity. Suppose if any job is common, create in the common set. So that will be displayed across all the business units in the enterprise. But if the job is very specific to particular business unit, to create one reference data set and attach the reference data set to the particular business unit, so that the job grade, allocation, or department will be displayed only for particular business unit. With that, we will achieve security and we will achieve what we call specialization. Means only for the business unit, we will give this access to the jobs, grades, or position, or locations of departments. So this is one of the important typical concept, and You have to practice in order to get command on this one. So all the business units have access to common set plus what are the reference data sets that they will give, they will access. Okay. So today's class is a little bit extended. Okay, almost we have discussed for 2 hours. Okay. Okay, guys, have you understood or anything? I'm still having issues. It means you are still having any clarifications. Okay, first time we will take some time to practice today. We create business units, we create reference data sets, we create jobs, assign jobs to the reference data sets, assign reference data sets to the business units, and try the combinations and combinations whether job coming, you are hiring employer. Okay. So that is the assignment. Okay. Lakshman, have you understood?
Yes, sir, I understood. Sir.
Okay, even if you don't understood also, that is fine, because this is what we call first time it will be little tricky and tough also, I do agree. You have to practice a lot. Theoretical stuff would be different. Practically, you have to create jobs, you have to create grades, you have to create reference data assignment. So by helping, by selecting the scope of the business. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, guys, today we have completed one of the toughest concept, that is a bridge between workforce structures and enterprise structures. This is reference data sets. This is one of the toughest subject between one of the toughest subject in global HR. Okay, we have completed this one. Practice this one, and tomorrow I'll take care of the small things. Okay, guys, thanks for your time and have a great day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir.